it's Libby, coming to you with my 6th, 7th, and 8th video diaries for my senior expedition. So a lot has happened in the past 3 weeks, and for the 6th week, I got to see some mass removals. One was on an eyelid, and one was some interior surgery. So for the eyelid, the first thing they did was put gauze across the eye because they were going to be using the laser, and obviously they don't want to damage the eye. And when the doctor was making the incision with the laser, he didn't want to cut too much because if he did, it would remove it would make the elasticity from the eyelid kind of not be there anymore, and then they wouldn't be able to blink very well. And then to avoid irritating the eye, he used a figure 8 knot, which doesn't lay on the eyeball. Left the string against the face so that he could easily remove it later. The other mass removal was the interior surgery, and they made the incision right over where the mass was with the laser, and then they kind of dig around for the mass, and they hold it and cut it off with the laser so that it's kind of cleanly removed. And one of the masses wasn't that big, it was only about that big, but the other one, it was pretty big. It wasn't necessarily gross. I mean, some people might find it gross, but it was about that big. And I thought it was kind of cool. And they're pretty sure they were just cysts, so there wasn't anything dangerous about them. And for those mass removals, what the doctor did, he sutured it, but then he stapled the top so that it would heal even faster. There was also a cat in the vet hospital whose owner had tried to groom him himself, meaning shave him and give him a lion haircut. And the problem was he nicked him pretty hard. The cat was okay, but he had a pretty bad injury on his neck. So just take your animals to the groomers if they need a shave. Don't try to do it yourself. This week was really cool because I got to start helping out a lot more. But probably the best part of the 7th week was I got to assist with a surgery, and it was a mass removal. This mass removal was on a cat, and it was right on the inside of the cat's lip, and they think it probably is cancerous and goes a little bit deeper than just the skin. But what I did, I held the whiskers back and held the vacuum that catches the smoke from the laser so we don't inhale it while he was cutting it off with the laser. So I was right there and got to see stuff really close. And after he lasered it off, he sutured it up like he would do with any other surgery. I was a little in awe that they were actually letting me help with the surgery, and I'm pretty sure I appeared professional on the outside, while on the inside I was flipping out like a girl about to meet her favorite boy band or something. This last week was great because I'm starting to know where everything is, and they really trust me now. So they usually kind of hand me the animals when they first come back so I can maybe put it on the table or take their temperature or put them on the scale or something, and then take them to their cage. And I also assist in restraining while they give them the pre-anesthetic, and then I assist in restraining as they actually put the catheter in. I really like it because not only am I learning and observing, I'm also being put to use so I can exactly understand how hard it is to do some of this stuff. For instance, when they're putting the tube down their throat, I had to be the one holding the head up, and I had to hold by the scruff and then hold the lips up. That's an arm workout. With one surgery this past week, the mass they were removing was right on the lip, and with the tube being right there and it pumping oxygen, they had to wrap the tube in wet paper towels because oxygen is highly flammable, so they didn't want any fires. I'm also kind of starting to get the hang of things because people mention something that maybe needs to be done in a few minutes, and if they've forgotten and they're trying to remember, I'm able to tell them and then help them out with getting it done. I have to say, 8 weeks into this, I didn't think I would be doing as much as I have been doing. And I happened to look back over my senior expedition proposal. I'm actually meeting a lot of my learning targets that I set for myself, such as observing surgery and helping out with doing little things. And it feels really good because I feel like this will really help my senior expedition as well as help my knowledge once I go into college and then vet school. Also, by the by, a little note here. If you have a flea collar on your pet, it's not working. It only pushes the fleas to the back of the body. That's about it. I'm getting really excited with this because I'm kind of doing some of the jobs that the techs do. Obviously, I'm not giving injections or anything, but I'm getting stuff they need and I'm hooking things up. And I'm just kind of like another set of hands in the surgical suite so that they don't have to be running around trying to do stuff themselves. I'm there to assist. So my message this week, for the last 3, I guess, is about the yellow ribbon program. If you see a dog that has a yellow ribbon on its leash, don't approach the dog because the dog doesn't necessarily deal with strangers that well. By respecting the yellow ribbon, that way you avoid any like bites or lawsuits or having to lose a pet. So, one, if you see a yellow ribbon on a leash, don't just walk up and start petting the dog. And 2, if you have a dog that's kind of like not okay with strangers, tie a yellow ribbon to their leash so that way your dog is okay and you're okay to keep your dog. Thanks for watching. I hope to not have to jam pack 3 of them into one next time. So, hope to see you soon.